Walk into Grandma Edna's Pennsylvania kitchen on December 25th, 1977, and watch her making cranberry apple cider. She'd heat apple cider with cranberry juice, cinnamon sticks, and orange slices until steaming. She'd serve it hot in mugs. The drink cost $1.50 to make and served 10 people. It tasted tart and sweet, spiced and warming, with cranberry cutting through the apple sweetness. Cranberry apple cider didn't disappear entirely, but most people stopped making it at home by 1984, when Starbucks started selling similar drinks for $6 a cup. The tradition died when homemade became too much work compared to driving through Starbucks, even though homemade tasted better and cost less. Stand beside Grandma Sylvia's New York kitchen on December 24th, 1975, and watch her making chocolate egg cream. She'd pour chocolate syrup into tall glasses, add a splash of whole milk, then fill the glass with seltzer water while stirring vigorously. The drink foamed up like a milkshake. The drink cost 25 cents to make and served 4 people. It tasted like chocolate soda with a creamy head, sweet, fizzy, refreshing. Chocolate egg cream disappeared outside New York by 1984 when seltzer water stopped being common in home kitchens and people forgot the drink existed. The tradition died when regional drinks became too regional and nobody outside Brooklyn remembered egg creams. You walk into Grandma Dorothy's Ohio kitchen on December 25th, 1976, and watch her making cinnamon tea. She'd boil water, add a handful of Red Hot's candies, and stir until they dissolved completely. The water turned bright red and cinnamon flavor. She'd serve it hot in mugs. The drink cost 50 cents to make and served 10 people. It tasted like liquid Red Hots, sweet, spicy, cinnamon intense. Cinnamon tea made with Red Hots disappeared by 1985. Stand beside Grandma Betty's Michigan kitchen on December 24th, 1973, and watch her making cherry limeade. She'd mix frozen limeade concentrate with water and sugar, then add maraschino cherry juice for color and flavor. She'd serve it over ice with maraschino cherries. The drink cost 50 cents to make and served 8 people. It tasted sweet and tart, bright red and green for Christmas. Cherry limeade didn't disappear. Sonic still sells it, but making it at home did. By 1985, people stopped making copycat drinks and started buying them at fast food restaurants instead, paying $3 for what used to cost 50 cents at home. Walk into Grandpa Bill's Ohio kitchen on December 25th, 1978, and watch him spiking apple cider. He'd heat apple cider until steaming, then add cinnamon schnapps and a cinnamon stick stirrer. The drink cost $3 to make and served 8 people. It tasted like hot apple pie, sweet, spiced, boozy, warming. Spiked apple cider with cinnamon schnapps didn't disappear entirely, but serving it at Christmas did. By 1985, people started drinking craft cocktails instead of simple spiked ciders, and cinnamon schnapps became something only unsophisticated drinkers enjoyed. The tradition died when simple drinks became unfashionable. Stand in Grandma May's Kentucky kitchen on December 24th, 1974, and watch her making grape juice punch. She'd mix Welch's grape juice with ginger ale in a punch bowl, add a frozen ice ring made from grape juice. The drink cost 75 cents to make and served 12 people. It tasted sweet and fizzy, deep purple like royalty. Grape juice and ginger ale punch disappeared by 1984 when people decided grape juice was too sweet and for kids. The tradition died when adults stopped drinking anything that resembled children's beverages, even though grape juice punch tasted better than most adult drink. 20 drinks down, 30 left. Every single one cost less than $2 and served crowd. Your grandmother made drinks that tasted good and didn't require bartending skills. You pay $15 for one cocktail. That's the difference between practical and pretentious. Keep going. Stand beside Grandpa Frank's Kentucky kitchen on December 25, 1975, and watch him pouring buttermilk. He'd serve cold buttermilk in glasses with Christmas dinner, not as a drink most people enjoyed, but as something working-class Southern families drank with every meal. The drink cost 50 cents for a half-gallon and served 8 people. It tasted tangy and thick, slightly sour like yogurt. Buttermilk as a drinking beverage disappeared by 1983 when people stopped drinking it straight and only used it for baking. The tradition died when younger generations said it was gross and sour milk, and nobody remembered that buttermilk. Walk into Grandma Betty's Michigan kitchen on December 24, 1976, and watch her making pineapple punch. She'd mix canned pineapple juice with lemon-lime soda in a punch bowl, add a can of crushed pineapple for texture. The drink cost $1 to make and served 12 people. It tasted tropical and sweet, fizzy and fruity. Pineapple punch disappeared by 1985 when people decided canned pineapple juice was cheap and started making punches with fresh-pressed juices instead. The tradition died when convenience became embarrassing instead of practical. Walk into Grandpa Joe's Detroit kitchen on December 25, 1978, and watch him making vanilla milkshakes. He'd blend vanilla ice cream with whole milk until thick and creamy, then serve it in tall glasses with straws. The drink cost $1 to make and served 6 people. It tasted like pure vanilla ice cream in drinkable form. Sweet, cold, creamy. Vanilla milkshakes on Christmas didn't disappear entirely, but serving them at home did. By 1985, people stopped making milkshakes at home and started buying them at restaurants instead, paying $5 for what used to cost $1 to make. The tradition died when blenders got shoved into closets and nobody made drinks from scratch anymore. 25 drinks gone, halfway there. These used buttermilk, Kool-Aid, canned juice, ice cream. Your grandmother made drinks that kids and adults enjoyed for under $2. You spend $8 on coffee. That's what happens when practical becomes shameful. Let's finish this. Walk into Grandpa Bill's Ohio kitchen on December 25, 1977, and watch him making hot buttered rum. He'd heat water in a kettle, pour it into mugs, add dark rum, a pat of butter, brown sugar, cinnamon, and nutmeg. The butter melted and floated on top. The drink cost $2 to make and served 6 people. It tasted rich, buttery, boozy, and warming, with spices cutting through the sweetness. Hot buttered rum didn't disappear entirely, but most people stopped making it at home by 1985 when butter in drinks became weird. The tradition died when simple became unsophisticated, and nobody wanted to serve drinks their grandparents made. Stand in Grandma May's Kentucky kitchen on December 24, 1973, and watch her making strawberry Kool-Aid. She'd mix 2 packets of strawberry Kool-Aid with 2 cups of sugar and a gallon of cold water in a punch bowl. The drink cost 50 cents to make and served 12 people. It tasted sweet and artificial strawberry, bright red for Christmas. Strawberry Kool-Aid in a punch bowl disappeared by 1984 when people decided Kool-Aid was too cheap for Christmas. The tradition died when working-class families started trying to serve fancy drinks and abandoned the beverages their kids actually enjoyed. Walk into Grandma Ruth's Vermont kitchen on December 25, 1977, and watch her making Russian tea. She'd brew strong black tea, add sugar, lemon juice, cinnamon, and cloves. She'd serve it hot with lemon slices. The drink cost 50 cents to make and served 8 people. It tasted like spiced tea with citrus, warming, sweet, tangy. Russian tea disappeared by 1985 when people stopped making tea from scratch and started using tea bags. The tradition died when homemade spiced tea became too much work compared to buying flavored tea bags, even though homemade tasted better. Frozen hot chocolate. Stand beside Grandma Pearl's Florida kitchen on December 24, 1978, and watch her making frozen hot chocolate. She'd blend hot chocolate mix with milk, ice cubes, and sugar until smooth and slushy. She'd serve it with whipped cream on top. The drink cost 75 cents to make and served 6 people. Stand in Grandma Betty's Michigan kitchen on December 24th, 1974, and watch her making sparkling lemonade. She'd mix frozen lemonade concentrate with 7-Up instead of water. The drink cost 75 cents to make and served 8 people. It tasted like lemonade, but fizzy, sweet, tart, refreshing. Lemonade with 7-Up disappeared by 1984 when people decided using soda. The glasses of Carnation instant breakfast, fast, nutritious, loved by everyone, were replaced by an elaborate breakfast nobody wanted. The powder stayed in the cupboard. The tradition died. Christmas morning became about impressing guests instead of feeding your family. Stand beside Grandma Dorothy's Dayton, Ohio kitchen on December 25th, 1978, and watch her making Tang for Christmas morning breakfast. She'd pull the bright orange canister from the cupboard, the one with the astronaut on the label, and dump 4 heaping scoops of Tang orange drink powder into her clear glass pitcher. She'd add cold water from the tap, stir it with a long wooden spoon until every last bit of powder dissolved into electric orange liquid, then pour it over ice in plastic tumblers. Tang was marketed as the drink astronauts drank in space during the Apollo missions, which made every kid who drank it feel like they were part of NASA. It wasn't orange juice. It was space juice. That made Christmas morning feel futuristic. The drink cost 50 cents to make an entire pitcher and served 10 people, way cheaper than buying a carton of Minute Maid. It tasted like artificial orange, sweet, citrusy, bright. Not quite like real orange juice, but kids loved it anyway. Tang was brighter, sweeter, and easier than standing at the counter squeezing oranges for 20 minutes or spending $2 on a carton of Florida orange juice. You twisted the lid, scooped the powder, stirred, and Christmas morning had a drink. Simple, reliable, loved. Tang as a Christmas morning drink mattered because it was the drink of astronauts and dreamers. Grandma Dorothy served it every Christmas from 1969, the year Apollo 11 landed on the moon, until 1982. Drinking Tang on Christmas felt modern, American, optimistic. You were drinking what Buzz Aldrin drank. That was magic. Tang disappeared from Christmas tables by 1985 when the health-conscious 1980s decided powdered drinks were unhealthy, full of artificial ingredients, and not real food. The tradition died when convenience became shameful. Serving Tang suddenly meant you were too lazy or too poor to buy real orange juice. It became an embarrassment. Grandma Dorothy stopped serving Tang in 1983 when her daughter, your mother, said it was full of chemicals and food dye and insisted on buying Tropicana orange juice instead, which cost 3 times as much. The kids said it tasted too sour and too pulpy compared to the Tang they expected. They wanted the bright orange powder. They got lectured about vitamin C instead. The pitcher of Tang, bright orange, perfectly sweet, loved by everyone, was abandoned in favor of natural juice that nobody actually preferred. The astronauts disappeared. The magic died. Christmas morning became about reading nutrition labels instead of pretending you were flying to the moon. 50 Christmas drinks. Your grandmother fed crowds for under $2. She made drinks that kids loved, adults tolerated, and everyone remembered. She used punch bowls with ice rings, stirred drinks with candy cane sticks, served hot chocolate with marshmallows, and nobody complained about artificial ingredients or sugar content. Then everything changed. Powdered drinks became unhealthy. Shortcuts became cheap. Grandmother's lime sherbet punch tasted better than anything at a modern cocktail bar. Her Tom and Jerry, made from scratch, was richer than any store-bought eggnog. Her hot chocolate with Hershey's syrup was more satisfying than a $7 peppermint mocha. She knew how to make people happy without spending money. You know how to spend money without making people happy. That's the difference. Call your grandmother if she's still alive. Ask her about the drinks she made at Christmas. Write down the recipes. Make them once. Serve Tang to your kids. Make Kool-Aid in a punch bowl. Melt lime sherbet into 7-Up. Because once her generation is gone, these drinks are gone forever, and all you'll have left is a $15 Starbucks habit and a cabinet full of unused punch bowls. Your grandmother's punch bowl is gone. But her resourcefulness doesn't have to be.